Hey everybody, I'm so excited to bring you this important topic because I thought a lot about it before I came on vacation, and I was looking and reading a lot of threads and trying to gather, like, what does everybody think? Should you take your Mounjaro or zepbound or tirzepatide, semaglutide? Should you take your shot on vacation? And there was so much interesting information out there, and there actually are two camps. I'll tell you kind of the thoughts from different groups of people, and then I'll share with you what I did. So I come to you from the Hong Kong airport today, and the question is, I'm going on vacation. I'm really curious if I should take the shot or not. A part of me thinks I should, a part of me thinks I shouldn't, and here's some of the reasoning. So there were a bunch of people who said, I'm gonna skip my shot. I should take one with me. I'll be gone about 2 weeks. I just want to skip it. I don't want to take it with me. And some of the further comments from people were like, oh, I did that and I found myself binging after a while, which I get because a lot of these shots are really suppressing our appetite. So they were like, I found that the binging came back with a vengeance, as one person said. Several people talked about their cravings and how they really did notice an uptick in their hunger. And then a bunch of people talked about how I got home, I stood on the scale, and I had some weight gain. For some people, they choose to not take their shot. They don't want to take their shot, so they're like, shoulder shrug. I gained a little bit of weight. Some people were like a little bit bummed. I came home, I'm on zepbound or I'm on one of these drugs, and so I'm really trying to take care of myself. A lot of us have been overweight or obese the majority of our lives, and me, I just lost almost 70 pounds, and so I get it. You get home and you're like, I did not like that the scale went up and not down. So I also want to share with you that some people skip their shot because of the side effects. And I don't think that pertains to everybody, but I think there's a group of people that really do have some side effects. For most of us, they were pretty moderate, but for some people, side effects is definitely a thing on these drugs. And so they were like, I want to feel a little bit better on vacation. I don't want to have that nausea or whatever it is that they're dealing with. And so that's another little piece of the pie that I wanted to share with you because I think it's worth mentioning, and I do think that it affects a group of people. So regarding the scale going up, I wanted to talk just for a moment about water retention. So be warned, especially when it comes to air travel, like lengthy time on the plane and water retention, because some people said, hey, the scale went up, but then it really quickly went back down. And for people that talked about how they had quite a bit of weight gain, you would see like how many comments under that was like, okay, a lot of this is water retention, or don't worry, or keep watching the scale, it's gonna come off fast. And I just wanted to share that for me and my oldest son, we met the other two members of the family over here in Asia. We noticed, okay, my rings normally just want to like slip off my finger. No. Like my fingers definitely had water retention. They were definitely puffy. He noticed that when he went to put his shoes on, he's like, my shoes were squeezing my foot so tight. Like my ankle, I'm like, take a look. I've lost like the ankle bone. You know how it is when your ankles get swollen, all of a sudden those ankle bones disappear. So I definitely understood the idea of especially when you're on or off the plane and you've sat there for long periods of time like we have. Right now we're headed home. We're actually going to circumnavigate the earth. So we came by route of New York City, and we're going home right now from Hong Kong to San Francisco and then on across to Ohio. So I was just commenting this morning like, oh, my ankles, they look so good. And I was thinking to myself, that's not going to last. Okay, there were a lot of great tips two really important ones to remember is when you're on vacation to really make sure that you stay hydrated, because it's not like you're at home, you're always near a faucet. So stay hydrated for your good health, and also really think about your protein intake, because it's easy to let kind of your diet and health get wonky, especially when you're just trying to grab food when you can. And so often that fast food or that highly processed food, you're not getting the proper protein. Okay, moving on with our topic. So more people than who skipped the shot brought their shot with them. A lot of people brought their shot with them. And I also, because I have like little check marks, so every time I would read it, and I read a lot of threads. I was really interested in what people are doing and what they recommend. A lot of people talked about how they lost weight on vacation. I think you've probably seen that mentioned too. You can just, even though you're not hearing them say it, you're just reading the typed word. It's like you can hear the joy in their voice, you know? We know what it's like to go on vacation to be hungry the whole time, and you're just always battling. You're always trying to scratch an itch. You can't scratch it. You overeat. Every dessert you want to indulge in. Like, I get that. I've been there. So the fact that we can go on vacation now and come home and see that we've lost weight, yeah, that is super exciting. Also, it was wonderful to hear people talk about how they like reduced their junk food, and they noticed that it reduced the inflammation and reduced the water weight when they weren't just eating all these highly processed junk foods. So I thought that was absolutely fantastic. So usually with the sugary treats or with the carbs, we're eating a lot of them on vacation, and that can make, you know, those inflammatory foods can really help you retain water and also jumps up on the weight. So in conclusion, some were fine skipping the shot, but most people wanted to bring their shot with them. Amy, I brought my shot with me. I'm going to do a video about flying and tips, going through TSA and keeping your shot refrigerated if you need to, and all those great things to remember about actually carrying your shot and packing your shot with you when you go. But that video is for another day. But I definitely brought my shot with me. It was completely smooth, no trouble at all. It gave me great peace when I needed to take my shot to go ahead and to take it. So I was glad that I just stayed just kind of on that same journey that I'm on, even when I'm on vacation, because for me, my life was like this as far as weight and health for a long time. And right now, I'm just trying to create smooth, peaceful waters. So I wanted to say in conclusion that one of the more interesting things that I saw that people wrote was like, I want to eat on vacation. I want food to taste good to me. And I think a part of us get that, but I think for me personally, like that's over. Food becoming just like something that's kind of like a game, and overeating and always thinking about food, and food being a really important, like the most important part of my day. Now I want a really delicious sit down meal and then to feel satiated. Wow, didn't feel that for a long, long time. So to sit down, eat a delicious meal, feel great, and then move on with your vacation, move on with the plans for your day. That's an exciting place to be. So for me, I didn't care that I wasn't going to be super hungry all the time during my trip. Okay, that's been our video for today. I hope you'll find this helpful. Tuck some of that information away for when you're on your next vacation. And thanks for joining me today.